YouTube, what's going on, guys? Listen, we got another video for you guys. We're gonna do a haircut tutorial. I'm going to cut Christian Perez. This man has not gotten a haircut in a while. This is the longest I've ever seen him without a haircut. So he asked me to cut his hair. We're gonna run over to the shop to Headlines, our first location. I'm gonna hook him up. All right, this is the new Tampa location.
There it is. You guys got reinforcements now. You got reinforcements. They got reinforcements. They want to talk about MJ and LeBron. It was Ray Allen. Ray Allen. Without Ray Allen, he's sitting at home, bro. Crazy, bro. I need help. Help me, Jesus. This is bad, bro. I told my clients I was quarantining with them. That way I didn't want to hear nothing. I'm not cutting. You're not getting a cut. I'm not getting a cut. Thank you, boss. Thank you.
YouTube, what's going on, guys? Look at my boy Perez. He's looking wild, looking crazy. This is his first cut since the quarantine, since the the stay-at-home order was released, and he needed your boy badly. So he held out so I could record his cut and his transformation. And I know I've cut his hair in this channel before, but I felt like we needed to see this transformation happy. So at this point, we're going ahead and just making sure the shape of his curls is where it needs to be. When I cut curls, I don't believe everything needs to be cut, because every curl has a life of its own. It has its own characteristics. And so, I cut the hair accordingly. And I look at the bounce and I tease it a little bit just to make sure that if I'm looking at it straight on from the mirror, that the shape is right. And so this is what we're gonna do all the way around. I mean, there's point in times where I literally just grab one curl and trim it. All right, so at this point, we have a number 2 guard. I'm going with the grain. We're gonna remove bulk and just prepare it for a nice taper. So once you've done that, gone with the grain, you'll go against the grain just to make sure it's a nice even cut. But by going with the grain first and then against, you just make sure that you're not creating a line or a shelf, and it's a smooth transition into the curls. All right, so at this point, we're done with the debulking. We're gonna go ahead and start our initial guideline. I'm using my Skeleton FXs. The first guideline was created with the skeletons. The next one is going to be created with the blade all the way open. So you see the clipper is all the way closed now, and we're going to open it little by little as needed. Sometimes I'll cut clients, you don't even need to mess with the lever. Just kind of use the bevel of the blade, and it'll blend right in. So that's pretty much what we did there. And now we're moving on to the number 1 guard open. And then right underneath the number 1 guard open, we'll use the half guard all the way open and close it as needed. So there's a little bit of bulk right above where we were blending. So I'm grabbing my number 3 guard just to kind of debulk a little bit, and then we're gonna blend down from there. So up until like the 1 guard open, the 1.5 guard, we blended up, and now we're gonna blend down from the 3 probably to a 2 and then the 1.5 guard. This is just gonna make it safe and allow me to create this blend without going too high into the bulk of his curls. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start to clean up his C cup. We're going to try to keep it natural, but still giving it a prominent, nice, sharp line. For me, you got to balance the two. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start to detail with the shears, and what I'm looking for are dark areas like that are curling up, and just trying to cut those little curls off, right? So this allows me to have more control and not not thin out certain areas that need to be dark. And now we're gonna start the same process pretty much here in the back. So we got the blade all the way open, and now it's all the way closed. And look how it just kind of blended in. On some people, you could look at it and it blends. It's crazy. And then some people, you really have to work to get that line out. But on my boy Perez, it just kind of blends, man. And so now we're using the number 1 guard open again. And if you notice, I'm turning my clipper because I need to make sure I'm going against the grain, against the hair growth pattern. If you notice on the sides of his neck taper, the hair starts to grow sideways, to the left on the left side and to the right on the right side. So you need to turn your clipper, adjust it appropriately. This is the half guard, and we're closing it as needed until it's completely blended, as you can see. All right, now we're using the 1.5 guard, and we're starting out open, as you can see, and closing it as needed. With the Babyliss, sometimes if you close it all the way, sometimes it could be a little bit shorter than the 1 guard open. So you got to be careful, and that's why I always go to the middle just to check, and then I close it as needed. All right, so we're at the number 3 guard, and we'll probably jump to the number 2 and just blend down from the number 3 guard like we did on the side taper. All right, and the same technique with the shears here. Hey, that low fade in the background is coming out clean. He got to put his mask all the way over his nose though. Press. I need you to get on him a little bit. Get that face mask over your nose. Press. Your face mask is not on your nose either. They don't know how to wear their face mask. I'm literally gonna have to go over there and teach them how to put their face mask on. Crazy. All right. So number 1 guard open now, and we're pretty much just repeating the same steps. Now this side's a little tricky because if you notice by his ear, it does like a complete turn to the left, and it starts to grow horizontally, and so you definitely need to turn your clipper to make sure that you blend that. Now the reason why that can be tricky is because if you're not careful, you might end up patching him above his ear and making it look like that taper just turned into a low fade. So you have to be real careful here where I'm working, because that could lighten up so quick. Alright, but on a serious note, guys, like, there's no point in wearing the face mask if you're not wearing it over your nose and your mouth. I didn't notice it because I was cutting. I was focusing on cutting. So don't judge me in this video. And if you're, in the barbershop and you're going to be cutting, make sure you put your face mask over your mouth and your nose. Because if you're not going to do that, you might as well take it off. And you can get in trouble for this stuff, man. Not only that, but the whole point is to be safe. So Anyway, so now we're refining that taper and just cleaning everything up. And I'm even using the corners of my trimmers to clean, you know, bulky little sections up. And the reason why we switch to the comb and stuff is just because you can get more detail that way, right? All right, so now we'll refine his C-cut, trying to keep it natural, all the while trying to give it the sharpest line possible. Right, and then you already know how I feel about that neckline. Gotta make sure that thing is nice and sharp. And if you notice, I switched to the fine tooth of my comb just to have some control of the hair, some tension, get it to lay over the hairline and get a nice clean sharp line. Alright, so this technique, I'm just pretty much trying to get curls that are overlapping his hairline out of the way, you know, because I want that hairline to be nice and sharp. And if I'm going to put a lot of effort into that hairline, I want people to be able to see it. So that's why I go ahead and freehand some of that hair up. So this, I'm using a number 1 guard with the grain, and now we can go ahead and start to line them up. And guys, I don't know if y'all been checking out the vlogs, but man, I'm enjoying making the vlogs, man. We're having a good time. I hope you guys like the vlogs as well. And if you haven't checked them out, give them a try. They're pretty dope. I feel like they give you an inside look at the barber industry, but also, you know, just the life behind the scenes of building a company, being an entrepreneur, and just trying to be a successful barber. And I think for the 300,000 subscriber giveaway, I think I'm gonna announce the giveaway on one of the vlogs. So if you're not checking out the vlogs, you might miss out on that giveaway. And then with the hairline, of course, we're just trying to keep it natural, guys. We're not gonna push it up that much. Trying to keep it natural and symmetrical. And that's why I like to use my mirrors. I face my clients towards the mirror, and you can see I'm checking the mirrors, I'm using it. Because your eyes can very well lie to you. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and clean up his beard. It's needed badly. Like his beard, this is the worst I've ever seen Perez. His beard, this is the dude that usually gets his hair cut sometimes twice a week. I feel like I never see this dude without a cut, and we used to always climb. So like seeing him look like this is hilarious. Even customers were commenting on it while I was cutting his hair. So we did a number 2 guard with the grain, and we just used it to shape his beard as well. We made it a little bit tighter on his cheeks, and then we went against the grain with the number 2, and that's gonna prepare it for a fade. So now we know we're blending into a number 2. So we're gonna go blade open, go ahead and start to blend that area out, just like we did with the taper. Alright, we got the half guard, closing it little by little. That half guard should take out that little bit of a line that was created with the blade open, and it did. Alright, and then I think the last guard would be the number 1 guard open, and then the 1.5 guard. And if you need to detail it after that, you can. But watch, when we put that line on it with the razor, the cut's gonna look next level. The razor is just gonna take it to another level. All right, so at this point, we're really just detailing, man, and you guys know how I feel about detailing. That's where the cut gets taken to the next level. Whether it's you taking your time, shaping the beard, and I don't mean just taking the cut to the next level. I'm talking about the experience for your clients as well. Because we know cutting is only a fraction of success behind the chair, man. And for me, you know, every haircut, I like to take my time. I like to be consistent. And, you know, that's always was raised the demand and has allowed me to raise my prices. It's never been adding services. It's never been, you know, adding things to make me feel like I'm worth more. It's always just been being consistent with what I already do. Being, you know, creating the best possible product that I can, and letting the demand of that product speak for itself. That's when I would decide to raise my prices. So the trimmer is cool on the beard, but wait till we slap that razor on there. And now we're just gonna do the same thing on this side. So I'm gonna shut up and let you guys follow along. That's looking clean. That's looking clean. This is just a nice cut, man. Like he takes a nice blend, a nice fade. He's got a nice full beard. This is just a dope cut in a fun canvas. Like every barber has that client that they love cutting because they're such a good canvas. You know what I mean? So now we're gonna put the razor on them and watch how this cut gets to the next level. Believe me, you don't need to enhance everybody's cuts. This is not one of those cuts I needed to enhance, but I did because I just want to give my all into every cut, and I'm giving my all in every step of these cuts. So regardless if it needs enhancement or not, it's gonna look good without it because I've been giving it my all. But I just want it to be next level. And to me, the enhancement just makes it pop. Especially if you look around his hairline, his vertical bar was a little bit light. Just adding a touch of that enhancement is, to me, is dope. It's a good idea. So we gonna do it. But man, I just appreciate the razor for what it does. And if you notice, guys, I only put the razor on his line. I don't dry shave the whole face because if you know the feeling, especially with somebody who has a thick beard, that aftershave burn, that feeling, it's not a good experience. So I only do it right at the line. This dude's crazy. and then I pass the shaver after. So we're gonna enhance it. We're not gonna do too much. It's not gonna be too dark. It's just literally just a quick spray, like you can see. And then we'll follow it up with the razor again, and then you guys are gonna be able to see the cut. I'm loving the way the cut came out though. The taper and everything, the transition into the curls, the shape of the curls. Like, I like the way the cut came out. Just me personally. He feeling himself. I'm loving the reaction. I should have put some water or some leave-in conditioner or some gel in his hair, just so you guys can see the styled look. But either way, look at the before, look at the before, now look at the after. Sheesh. Hey guys, like always, I appreciate y'all for watching the tutorials and all that, man. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're constantly dropping tutorials, and smash the like button. Let me know in the comments what you thought, guys. And look, if you haven't checked out the vlogs, check it out. Check out the vlogs. I promise you, we have a good time on there, and I try to give some nuggets and some value in the vlogs as well. Love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next video.